Hello, happy golden hour. I'm excited. Today we're going through my favorites. Couple tools, a lip balm, and the rest is all makeup. We'll go in categories. We'll start with the tools. My first favorite is this Shiseido eyelash curler. It's not exciting. I never feel like I'm gonna rip my lashes out with this, which is really nice because I've had like the Revlon one. I've had that one before and I just feel like my lashes are going down. Like every time, like it would pinch and there would be lashes like stuck in like the corners, you know. This one doesn't do that. I've never had an issue with this one. It is phenomenal. The next tools, and this is a little strange. I got a pack of 3 sponges from e.l.f. It was like the camo sponge pack and there were 3 of them. I have 2 of them in my favorites because one of them I didn't like. The biggest one, the one that looks like the Real Techniques sponge, I don't like that one. It's hard, it's dense. I feel like that one somehow like picks up my makeup off of my face no matter what I do. It's too dense, and these ones are a lot more squishy. These ones I'll use dry and wet, but I thought these would be so weird because look at them. This one's dirty, don't look at it. But they're such weird shapes, but they're so soft and bouncy and they work super, super well. And I really like these 2, but not the big third one. But these 2 are good. And then let's get into a lip balm. This is the Neutrogena Lip Sleeping Mask. This is part of their Hydro Boost line. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It's like a little pink and it's super hydrating on the lips, super moisturizing. I use this throughout the day. I use this overnight. This lives in my nightstand. This lives in my nightstand, and no matter where I am in the house, will go into my bedroom, open my nightstand drawer, and take this out. I will find it, and I will have it on me all the time because it has become my absolute favorite. I just did a TikTok about this lip balm because it was so, so good, and it's beautiful, and it works. It's not one of those ones I can't stand with lip balms when you put it on and it feels like really moisturizing, and then like a half an hour later, it's gone and your lips feel drier and they're peeling. It like sucked the life out of your lips. No one wants that. This doesn't do that. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it's so pretty. Let's stick with lips. I have three lip products. We'll start with this one from Rare Beauty. This is the Glossy Balm. I don't know the full name of it. It's the Glossy Balm. It'll be below. In the shade Nearly Apricot. I don't think that, also, first of all, can we just talk about how much I have used this? I don't finish products. That's like a thing with me. I rarely finish products, ever. Look, that is how good this is. It's a gloss balm is a really great name for it because it has the feeling and it works like a lip balm. It hydrates, it moisturizes, but it looks like a lip gloss. It has that high shine and it has that color to it. It's in the shade Nearly Apricot. I don't think this is an apricot shade. I think this is like a pinky rose shade. They have a shade called Nearly Rose, and I think if I remember correctly, that one's like a little bit more red, but this is called Nearly Apricot. This is a rosy pink. You can't tell me otherwise. But it's stunning and I'm almost at the end of it. I love it. Then we have the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly Non-Sticky Long Name Gloss in the shade Pistachio, which is just like this really nice nude pink. This shade is a little bit creamy. They have other shades that are more like jelly, but this one is more of like a creamy gloss, still very high shine. It has more pigment than this. This is a very, very sheer wash of color on the lips. This one is a gloss. This one will have some color on your lips, but it's beautiful. It doesn't separate. It feels really also conditioning on the lips. I've used this as a lip balm before. I've been like, oh, my lips are dry. And then, yeah, let's just pile more on. And then just put that on. It just feels so slippery. It feels so slippery. Like this feels very like silky and pillowy. This adds like a cushion to your lips. This slipping and sliding, but in a good way. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick in the shade Fuller Fig. I'm just gonna swatch it here for you. It's a very thin, this one is also supposed to be like a balmy lipstick kind of a thing. This is not balmy. I wouldn't say that this is a lip balm at all. I don't find that it moisturizes my lips. It's called a moisturizing lip color balm. I wouldn't use this if you're looking for like a tinted lip balm. This is like a pretty lipstick, but once it's worn off, my lips are just as dry as before I put it on, if not drier, because things like this that have pigment in it, a lot of tinted lip balms, I find feel really nice, but then something about like the tint and the color in them, my lips just feel drier after, and that's what I get with this. But it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I'm not using it as a balm, I'm using it as a lipstick, and it is stunning. And that's all for lips. I have two eyes, so let's move into eye stuff. This is the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Mascara Gel. And this holds your brows. I've been a longtime fan of the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel because that is cement. That is cement for your brows. This is cement for your brows and easier to take off. And it has a really nice tint to it. It's a nice neutral brown. I have the shade medium brown. It's pretty cool toned, which goes well. I'm not wearing it right now, but it just adds a nice amount of color. You can go light, you can go darker with it. It adds a nice amount of color and a nice amount of hold, especially because I have nothing in my brows right now. I have naturally really full brows. So just adding like a little bit of a tinted brow gel to keep them up and keep them in place. Big fan. This keeps your brows in place all day. And the wand is really interesting. It has like, I like to think of this as like a choose your own adventure, because one side of the wand is really short, and then the other side of the wand, the bristles are a lot longer. So I guess it's partially what I do is if I want more pigment, I'll use the smaller bristle side. And if I want less pigment, I'll use the longer bristle side, and I'll use the longer bristle side for shaping as well. So it's a really, really good product. And next for eyes, this is the Saie Mascara 101 Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara. It's one of those plastic bristles with a little ball tip. I didn't think I was gonna like this because of the plastic bristles, but I really do. And I think it's actually because of the plastic bristles. I find that I can just get in between all of my lashes with this, and it really separates them, and it does add length. And the way that I like volume in my lashes is volume through separation, so just making it look like you have more lashes rather than clumping your lashes together to make it look thicker. And that's what I get with this mascara. I will say it is kind of expensive. I don't know if I would pay like the $26 I think it is for a mascara. That's just like a lot for mascara. All right, then everything else is face. So let's just zip through this. I have one blush, technically a whole line of blushes. The Tarte Amazonian Clay. This one's broken because I love it. I've loved it so much. It's so well loved that it broke. This is in the shade Blushing Bride. It's just stunning. It's such a beautiful mauvey pink color, and these things last all day. I think it claims to be like 24-hour wear, and I would say that it, like, yes, this will go on my cheeks in the morning and they will last until the next day if they have to. These are budge proof. I do not know what Tarte puts in these, but they're good. They are good. They've been around for so long for a reason. Then I have two powders. I'll start with this one. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Loose Setting Powder. Abby Young raved and raved about this, so I needed to try it because she was saying that it's a powder and it sets, but it doesn't fully mattify. And I was like, that is what I want for my dry skin. That is it. And that is what this does. I like to use a puff with this. It really does It sets everything down. It sets everything all day. And I'm wearing it right now, and you can see there is still glow on my skin. Maybe a little too much glow right there, but nothing looks like I'm greasy and nothing is moving around. It just adds like a healthy halo glow to your face. It's super soft, super finely milled. It is a very unique powder. I haven't used a powder like this ever before. The next powder, this is the number 7 triple action Lift and Illuminate finishing powder in the shade Light. This one was also in the shade Light. And this powder, everyone says that it's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. I've never tried the Charlotte Tilbury, but this one is so smooth, and it's similar to the e.l.f. one that it sets your makeup all day. Doesn't look like powder on the skin. It just adds just a healthy looking radiance to your skin without being glowy. There is no shimmer in either of these products. These products actually are very similar. This one has slightly more glow to it, and it's loose, and this one's pressed. That is what I would say the difference is. And this one I prefer to use with the puff. This one you can use with the brush. And it does add that airbrush looking quality to the skin when you use this, and it is beautiful. It doesn't look like powder on the skin, just looks soft. Next, another rare beauty. This is the upside down. This is the bronzer stick in the shade Bright Side. This was one of their newer launched colors. That's it right there. This is the second to lightest shade. I don't have the lightest shade because the lightest shade was very yellowy orange tone looking, and I have cool undertones. So even with a bronzer, I like to go for more of a neutral tone bronzer rather than like a very warm tone bronzer, because then I just end up looking orange, and that's not cute for anybody. But this one's really great. It blends out so easily. This is a foolproof bronzer. Anyone can use this. You can build this up to have a lot of pigment, but it blends so well that even if like you let it sit there and then blend it later, it's fine, or you have to blend it for a long time, it'll just melt into the skin. It is just creamy. That is look at that. And it does dry down matte, so it's not like you're gonna get a glow with this. It is a cream, but it's gonna dry down matte on the face. It's gonna wear all day. It's not going anywhere. It's not one of those creams that's gonna slip and slide all over, especially if you set it with like a really nice powder. 2 more products. I have a foundation. It's not dewy, it's not matte. It is that perfect natural finish of foundation that just has the appearance of skin. It just kind of, no foundation is going to look like skin. It's gonna look like foundation. Makeup is going to look like makeup on the skin. That's just how it's gonna be. But this has probably one of the most skin-like finishes. This and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation are the 2 most skin-like foundations I've ever tried. I will say I don't like applying this with a brush. I like to either apply it with my hands or a sponge, and that really helps it sink into the skin. With a brush, it doesn't have that same skin-like quality to it. Then it looks more like you put a foundation on, and it will look drier with a brush rather than your hands or a sponge. And the last product, this is everybody's favorite. This is my second bottle of this. This is the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer, and I feel like just the fact that I repurchased it, that's all I have to say for it to be a favorite, and like to show how good it is. It is more of a medium coverage concealer. It's not full coverage. If you're looking for something like extreme coverage, then maybe grab something more like the Maybelline Instant Age Eraser, because that has coverage. This has more of a medium coverage, but it does have like, again, that skin-like finish. That's really what I'm into. That's really what I like and what I look for in makeup, is like a more skin-like natural finish type of product. Now I have the shade Fair. I also have the shade Light for when I'm a little bit more tan. That one is almost all used up. And it's just beautiful. It has a slight radiance. There's no shimmer. It just has like a dew, healthy radiance to it. It says that there is infused with tremella mushroom. I don't know what that does for the skin, but this is supposed to be like a skincare concealer hybrid. And they mark this as a face and body concealer. All makeup to me is face and body makeup, but it just has a really, really nice satin finish to it and good coverage. And that's it. That is all my favorites. Thanks for hanging out. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Subscribe if you want. Don't if you don't. If you have tried these products, let me know which ones were your favorites and also what your favorites are that weren't in this video so that I can try your favorites as well. That would be really fun. All right. Bye.
What the fuck is this called? These names are way too long.